Yo, what up, world? 502 King Power coming to y'all with another video, man. So, in this video, I want to speak specifically on faith. When I was younger, I used to walk around with a bunch of what my mother would call gaudy jewelry. It's real big, flashy jewelry, and my mama knew that, shoot, since about maybe 11, 12, I was always out running around the streets somewhere. I could never stay home. That's what she said. I was always ripping and running. And I used to wear this jewelry everywhere that I went. Didn't matter if I was walking, taking a bus, going over my friend's house. Didn't matter what neighborhood it was. And she would always warn me, actually her and my pops would always warn me, boy, stop wearing all this gaudy jewelry in these neighborhoods. They're going to end up robbing you. Somebody's going to end up doing something to you for this jewelry. And my response was always the same. I'm fine. I'll be okay. And I never told them the reason why I would always say, okay, I'm fine. Why I just disregarded what they said. But even back then, early on in my spiritual walk, before I was even reading my Bible, praying on the regular, any of that, I always felt like I was with God, like God was with me wherever I went to. And that's the logic that I use. It may not be the best logic, but that's the logic that I use. I go anywhere that I want to, and I'm going to not be scared. I'm not going to be afraid of anything or anybody because I know that God is walking with me. Now, this was as a child, man. This was, early teens, whatever. That's when I was walking around doing that, in a high school. What I found out about life is that faith, if you don't feed it, if you don't exercise it, then it dwindles over time. See, a lot of times if you ask a child what it is that they want to do in life, what it is they want to be in life, they'll give you the most, it seems, outlandish, crazy things. I want to be a singer, a dancer. I want to be a football player, athlete. I want to be a scientist. I want to be an astronaut. Children will tell you, it seems like the oddest dreams, but everything seems very, very realistic to them. That is because they are exercising faith. See, it's crazy that a child who hasn't been in this world very long versus an adult who has been in this world for 40, 50 years and went to church every day and all this, how the faith is much stronger in most children than it is in most churchgoers who have been in church for years and years and years. That's because the world around you, if you focus on the world around you, then it will dwindle down your faith. You have to constantly exercise your faith. You have to be able to have confidence in the unseen. Have confidence in your God, what it is that he's lining up for you in your life. Too many times what happens is children, as you get older, you go through disappointments, you go through letdowns and different things. And over time, if you're not keeping that spiritual connection with God, if you're not constantly exercising that faith, then the world around you does a very good job of tearing you down, telling you, no, you can't do this. No, you're not good enough to do this. Why are you even thinking this way? The world does a perfect job of doing that. So we have to make sure that we keep that connection with God. See, a lot of times people say that they have faith in God. They say that they trust God. But then they don't want to go through any bad situations in life. Or if a bad situation happens, they're asking, why, God? You have to go through hardships. You have to go through crazy situations. You have to go through different times in life when your back is completely up against the wall and you don't see a way out. Because in those situations, that's when God shows up. That's when he shows who he is inside of situations. It's been times when, man, I was homeless. It's been times I was in the courtroom. I had no idea how in the world I was going to make it out, but I knew that God would see me through. It's your faith being exercised in those different situations. And I wouldn't wish being homeless on anybody. I wouldn't wish going to court and going through all the legal stuff and any of this on anyone. But my point is, God's going to take you through tests, trials, tribulations, things to build up that faith so that when the next situation comes, You know his track record. You know that he's 10 for 10. He's 100 for 100, 1,000 for 1,000 in situations in your life. Every time that you've called on his name, he's shown up. Every time that you've reached out to him, he has not failed you. There's not one time in life that you have failed and God didn't have something better lined up for you behind it. There's always a reason to it. God sees the end and the beginning. And it's hard for people like us, human beings walking this earth, to see the end. We can't do that. It's impossible. We can't tell the future. I don't care how many tarot cards and 800 numbers you call and all this different stuff. I don't care what you do. You are not able to predict the future at all. And if you run across somebody trying to predict the future, you better run as soon as you can, because that's not godly. I'm not going to go into that, but it's a lot of scriptures in there. Faith is believing in what you do not see around you. We don't see this oxygen around us, but we know and we can feel the breath that goes in and out of our lungs as we breathe. We know that air is around us. Otherwise, we would be dead. The same way that we rely on this air, we know that it's there. Nobody's denying that this air exists, even though it's invisible. You have to be able to rely on God. And God has shown much more evidence in our lives that he's present than the air that we breathe. He's shown us through situation, time after time after time after time, that he will see you through. He will get you through. If you're watching this video right now, you done been through some stuff in your life. You done been through some pain, some heartache, some trauma, everything in life. Every single time God has pulled you through. He will make sure that you are here and that you get to where you need to be in life. You have to have faith in him, though. Don't dishonor him. Don't discredit him. Don't slight him by worrying, by falling into depression when you know that he's 100% God, when you know that he will get you through each and every single time. Faith is so important to our progression in life, man. And that's why I want to put out this video. Because if you don't see it for yourself, then you'll never have it in the flesh. If you don't see it before it's here, and you can't manifest that in your head, if you're not able to believe that there is greater out there for you, then you'll stay stuck in your current situations. Rely on God. He's there for you through each and every situation. Your ups, your downs, everything. And especially when you up, man. It's a lot of times we get cocky and think, oh, we got this life thing figured out because everything's going good. That's when God will hit you with the ton of bricks. Make sure that you keep that connection with him, whether you up or you down. And make sure that you keep your faith at the highest levels possible. And know that the only way that your faith can build up is through being exercised by life situations. Strengthen your faith. Strengthen your relationship with God. It's 502 King Paul. If you like anything I put in this video, make sure you drop a like down below. Also, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know a time when faith got you through, when your education couldn't get you through, your connections couldn't get you through, and faith got you through. I'm just curious, man. I'm just curious, what some of y'all experiences are with faith. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so all the new videos, as soon as I drop them, y'all get them, man. It's 502 King Paul. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. I'm out.